Hey everyone, and welcome to today's workout. We're going to be doing a full body 50-minute Pilates class. So we're going to get a good workout in, work the body from head to toe. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm on my mat. We're going to start on all fours. So just coming to all fours. We want the knees right underneath the hips, hands and wrists right underneath the shoulders. We're just going to start with the cat-cow here just to get loosened up, warmed up. So take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, I want you to press the floor away, pull your belly in, round your spine to the ceiling as you tuck your chin to your chest. On your inhale, lift your eyes, nose, chin, chest, stretch, arch the opposite way. So try to keep the wrinkles out of the back of the neck here. Exhale to round the spine, pulling the belly in deep, and inhaling to stretch through those abdominals, looking up the opposite way. Let's do 3 more like this. Exhale to round the spine, really press into that floor. So feel the back stretch, and then arch and stretch opposite way. Perfect. 2 more like this. Inhaling to look up, and 1 more. Exhaling, really pulling that belly in deep, finding that connection, and inhaling to look up to the sky. Perfect. Let's come to a flat back neutral position here. Getting into some upper body balance work. We're going to start with a little tricep. So I want you to bend your right arm, bring your elbow to the side of your rib cage. We're going to glue that elbow in. Your palm is going to be face down towards the top of your thigh. From here, the top half of your arm is going to stay still. We're going to squeeze that right arm up and back. Hold your arm here. I want you to feel length in the arm. So reach those fingertips towards the opposite edge of your mat. Feel that pinch in your tricep. From here, bend that elbow back in. It's an exhale. Squeeze that arm. Try to lift that palm higher than the hip and bend it back in. Beautiful. So we're just going to stay here with this little tricep press, making sure we find that little pause as you lengthen up and back. So the chest is open. The belly is pulled in. The shoulders are down away from the ears. And we have equal weight through both sides of the body here. If you want a little add-on for a challenge here, what I'm going to have you do is lengthen that left leg long behind you. Keep it lifted, square the hips, then continue with that little tricep press. Keep those hips square. Lengthening through that arm, really find that nice little squeeze. For 5, 4, 3, keep that belly tight. 2, on this last one, we're going to lengthen that arm up and back and hold. Now flex your left foot, point those toes towards the floor. From here, keep that right arm reaching long. We're going to lower that left leg down to tap, squeeze, lift it back up. Lower it down to tap, squeeze, lift, lower, and lift. So we're balancing center here. Equal weight through both sides of the body. Shoulders stay down. Keep that right arm reaching long. For 5, 4, find that nice little squeeze in the glute as you lift that left leg. For 3, for 2. On this last one, we're going to lift that left leg and hold. Now a tiny little bend and press in that right arm. Bend and press. Bend and press. So find that nice little squeeze. That connection. We have no weight in that hand, so you really have to work to squeeze. You should still find the work in the arm, though, even without a weight in the hand. For 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze, hold, then lower that knee down and lower the arm down. Take a second here, catch your breath, realign yourself back center. We're going to stay on that right side. From here, we're going to lengthen the right arm out in front of you. Palm is in towards the body, thumb is to the ceiling, biceps by the ear. From here, lengthen your left leg long behind you. Square your hips, square your shoulders. If you feel any tension in that left shoulder, just point your elbow a little outward, and that will help keep that pinch out of the shoulder. From here, lower your right arm and left leg down to tap, and then lift back up, lengthen. Lower down to tap, lift back up, lengthen. So that left foot stays flexed. I want you to think about lengthen the arm and lengthen the leg. Slow and controlled here. Keep that core engaged, so try not to arch into that low back. For 4, 3, 2, on this last one, we're going to lift and hold. Take an inhale, lengthen the arm and leg a little longer. On your exhale, pull the elbow in, pull the knee in, tap the elbow to the knee, and lengthen back long. Exhale, pull in from that powerhouse, scoop the belly in. and lengthen out long. Perfect. So finding that nice little crunch, find those obliques. Pull in and lengthen out long. For 5, 4. Finding that square hip and square shoulder at the end of the lengthen. 2 more. On this last one, we're gonna pull in, elbow to knee, and hold. Now, tiny little crunches here. Rounding the spine to the ceiling, tucking the tail. Find those obliques. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out long and hold. Square your hips, square your shoulders, and then lower the hand down, lower the knee down. Perfect. From here, just take a quick rest stretch. Knees wide, toes together, back behind you. Arms go long. Big inhale, big exhale. And then we're coming back up to all fours and going to that left side. So starting with, I'm gonna flip this way so you guys can see my form. We're on the left side now. The left arm, the elbow's gonna come up in line with that rib. Palm is down towards the top of the thigh. From here, we're squeezing from the back of the arm, lengthen, lift, hold. So find that connection, find that little squeeze in the tricep. That's where we wanna go. Each time we lengthen the left arm up and back. Shoulders are down away from the ears again. You can stay here if this is enough for you, or adding on that balance challenge. We're gonna lengthen that right leg long behind you, or left leg, sorry. That's gonna be much more of a challenge. From here, no, it's right leg. I'm losing my balance, guys. Okay, so it's right arm, right leg is extended, left arm is stretching up and back. Perfect. From here, it's Friday, I'm working hard. Got to think about teaching and working. It's quite the challenge. So belly's pulled in. We're squeezing to hold and bend back in. Squeeze, hold, and bend back in. Perfect. From here, on this next one, we're gonna lengthen that left arm back, squeeze it up past the hip and hold. Flex your right foot. From here, lower that right leg down to tap, squeeze, lift it back up. Lower it down, squeeze, lift it back up. Perfect. So keeping that left arm reaching long behind you. The palm is up past the hip. That tricep has that nice little squeeze, and the belly is tight. You got it. For 5, 4, 3, then we have that little bend and press with the arm. For 2, last one, lift, hold, square those hips out. From here, little bend, press, little bend, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, squeeze, hold, then lower the hand, lower the knee. Find your alignment back center again, catch your breath. From here, that left arm's gonna go out in front of you now. So bicep is by the ear, palm is in, thumb is up, right leg still goes long behind you. So square the hips, square the shoulders. From here, we're just lowering to tap, squeeze, lift. Lower to tap, squeeze, lift. So we're getting that heart rate up, making sure we're finding that connection in the powerhouse, finding our balance. If you're feeling anything in that right shoulder, again, tip that elbow just outward slightly. For 4, 3, 2. On this last one, we're gonna lift and hold. Take an inhale, lengthen the arm and leg a little longer. On your exhale, pull the elbow in, tap the elbow to the knee, and lengthen out long. Again, so finding that nice little roundness in the back, crunch in the belly, and lengthen. Pull in, think long lean lines as you reach through the toe, through those fingertips. For 5, then we have our little crunches. In 4, in 3, 2 more. Last one, we're gonna round in, curl in, and hold. Now tiny little crunches here. Pull in, scoop up, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out long and hold. Then lower the hand, lower the knee. Widen your knees, bring those toes together behind you. Lengthen your arms and lower down. Quick stretch here. Awesome. Coming back up to a kneeling position, we're gonna come into some side planks next. So starting on the left side, giving that right shoulder a little break. You have your options for your side plank. So most advanced is gonna be feet stacked on top of one another. Next option down is gonna be top leg forward, bottom leg back for a little bit more support, or you can always have those knees bent and be on your knees for your side plank. For me today, I'm gonna go stacked feet and see how I do. So we're gonna press up to that side plank. Top arm is gonna go up to the ceiling, head and neck are in line with the shoulders. From here, we're just holding. Feet stacked, hips stacked, shoulders stacked. Beautiful. From here, we're doing that thread and needle now. So wrapping the arm underneath you, hips stay pointed forward. We're scooping those obliques in and then open back up for 9. Cinching that waist in for 8. Beautiful. For 7. I keep saying beautiful, but I can't see you guys, but I can picture all how beautiful in alignment that you are. For 5. 4. 3. Try to lift those hips up a little as you twist. 2. Last one. Open up, hold here. Tiny little pulses with those hips up and down an inch for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those knees down. From here, we're gonna rotate on our forearms. We're staying on those left side obliques. So once you are on your forearms, your knees are together right in the middle of your elbows. You're just gonna drop those feet off the side of your mat. So your knees are slightly stacked and your hips are slightly forward. So almost in a kneeling forearm plank position. From here, we're doing our oblique crunches, reverse crunches. So you're scooping your belly up, tucking the tail under, and then lowering down 2 inches. So scoop up, press those forearms down into your mat and lower down. Scoop up and lower down. So you should feel your bottom rib pull in towards your waist. Your hips are pulling in towards those obliques. So it's a nice little oblique pinch there as you lift. I don't want you to go too fast because it's super important that you find this connection in the oblique. The slower you go, the better connection you can get. Perfect. For 6, really find that scoop. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Beautiful. That should really help with that inner thigh squeeze. For 4, then we have little pulses in 3, in 2. Last one, scoop, hold, tiny pulses here, up and down an inch, pulling that bottom rib in towards the hip a little deeper for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then pressing yourself up and doing your side crunch here. If you need to, take a second, towel off, get some water. From here, we are going to come onto our back for some abdominal work. So we're gonna start with a little roll down to come down. Sitting down, your knees are bent, feet are planted on the floor, arms go long in front of you, palms up to the ceiling. Grow that spine a little taller, so really pull the belly in. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna scoop the tail under, pull that belly in. Really try to lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Super controlled, digging those heels into the ground, and then lowering all the way down. Perfect. For this first set of abdominal work, we're gonna keep the feet planted, knees bent. Hands are gonna come behind the head, elbows are wide. We're starting with just an abdominal crunch to begin, so take an inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna lift your head, neck, and shoulders, pull the belly in, and rise up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, lift, squeeze. So you're just gonna stay here in your crunch. And what I want you to think about is you're using that exhale to try to lift up a little higher each time. Your low belly's pulled in deep, so the spine is imprinted into the mat behind you. So think about abs pulling in, pressing that back into the mat. Keeping that chin off your chest. Try to find that nice little shake in the core. That's what we're looking for here. Perfect. Keep going. 10 more. Lift and lower. Try not to crunch those elbows in. I want you to keep the elbows wide. For 6. 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2. On this next one, you're gonna lift and hold. Try to keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted here, but if you have any tension in the neck, you can always lower down. We're gonna pull that right knee in towards the chest. Right toe is pointed, then lengthen the right leg long to the other edge of your mat. So pull that right knee in deep and lengthen out long. As you pull it in, I want you to think about the low belly scooping in. Try to lift the head, neck, and shoulders a little higher. Scoop. Perfect. Try to control your breath with your movement. It's an exhale to pull in and inhale to lengthen. Head, neck, and shoulders stay still, focusing on that strength in the core. For 6, chin off chest. For 5, back pressed into the mat behind you. For 4, think about lengthen the leg. Hips are still and level. For 3, 2, last one. Pull that right knee in. Lower the right leg down. Keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted if you can. Left knee pulls in and then lengthen out long. Same thing, opposite side. Pull it in and lengthen it out. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted and still. Exhale to pull the knee in and inhale to lengthen. So focusing on that hip stability, strength in the core. Good job. For 6, for 5, 4 more, 3, 2, last one, and then we get a little rest, guys. Lowering that left leg down, lower the head, neck, and shoulders down. Arms come to your mat, palms are down. We're coming into our hip lifts next. So go ahead and lift your legs to tabletop. Those knees are right over the hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. From here, you're gonna press into your palms, press into your triceps to scoop from those low abs, lift the hips up, and then lower back down. Press the spine into the mat, scoop, lift, and lower. Scoop, lift, and lower. So if this is enough for you, you can stay here. Otherwise, adding on, as the hips lower, lengthen the legs long out, then pull them back in and hip lift. Lengthen out and pull back in. So try not to let that low back come off the mat. The lower you go, the more the back has a tendency to arch. So with those legs, if you want to add the lengthen and it's too much in the back, just lift those legs up and then pull them back in. Perfect. Staying here, slow and controlled. Upper abdominals are still working, but finding that connection in the low abs here. For 8. Finding that nice little zip in the legs as the legs lengthen, so inner thighs are squeezed together. Neck is long. For 5. For 4. Exhaling to pull those knees in. For 3. For 2. Last one, pull it in, and then lower those feet back down to the ground. Perfect. Coming back to our abdominal crunch with a little bit of leg work here. We're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulders, pull your right knee into the chest, elbows are wide. Lengthen your right leg long as you lower the head down. Exhale, pull in, scoop up. So this time, we're just adding on the movement in the upper body for a little bit more of a challenge. Starting to find those obliques a little deeper. That powerhouse, that core, those abs should be firing up here. Again, using that exhale to pull in, lift up. For 8. For 7. 6. Good news, guys, we're more than halfway done with our abdominals for today. For 4. 3. 2. Last one. Then keeping the head, neck, and shoulders lifted, right leg lowers down, left leg pulls in, scoop up. Lengthen the left leg, lower the head down, and again, scoop in, pull up. So making sure as we have the head, neck, and shoulders moving, as we have the leg moving, those hips stay still. The spine stays imprinted on the mat. Go as slow as you need to find those little connections. It's not about how many reps that we're doing. It's about the control and the alignment and the movement. For 8, if you need to take a rest, take a quick rest. If you have tension in that neck, just lower the head down. For 6. For 5. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one, pull it in, scoop it up, then lower the head down, lower the foot down. Take a quick little rest here. Let's just open those arms out to a T position, palms down. Just drop your knees to the left. Take a breath here. Let those abs relax. Pulling the knees back to center, dropping your knees to the right. Perfect. And coming back to center. From here, we're going to get into our obliques next with a little bit of crisscross. So we're gonna start with the legs in tabletop. You're gonna bring the hands behind the head, elbows are wide. We're gonna keep the legs in tabletop so you can really focus on the rotation in the upper body today. So take an inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna lift, rotate, right shoulder to left knee. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, rotate. And inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, twist. So hips are stable, belly's pulled in, spine is imprinted onto the mat. If keeping those legs in tabletop is too much, you can always put those feet down. Keep the knees bent. So it's a lift and a twist. Lift and a twist. Beautiful. So find that rotation, find that lift, find that squeeze. We're gonna go 4 more each side here. Good job. For 3, 2, perfect. Then the last one, each side, making sure you're even on both sides with your crisscross crunches. We're gonna lift and twist the right shoulder towards the left knee. Hold here. Your right arm is gonna come out to the side of the body, palm is down towards the ground. Your right leg is going to go out to the edge of your mat. From here, keep that nice little twist, right shoulder to left knee. Lift and lower the right leg for 10, 9. Use that right arm to help you lift and twist for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Find that nice little shake in the core. 3, 2, last one, lower that leg down. Pull the leg back to tabletop. Right hand comes back behind the head. Take an inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, twist. Left shoulder to right knee. From here, left hand comes out or arm comes out. Palm is down to the floor. Pull that left shoulder to the right knee. Left leg goes long. Keep that nice twist. From here, we're gonna lift and lower that left leg. The leg is straight. The toe is pointed. Keep your range of motion small if you need to. If you feel those hips moving, try to keep that nice little twist and lift in the shoulder to the knee. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Left leg comes back to tabletop. Left hand comes back behind the head and lower down. Lower everything down. Whew. Take a quick little breath here. Catch your breath. We have one more thing for our abs, laying on your back. So from here, your arms are gonna be down. Palms are down towards the floor. We're gonna lengthen those legs long to the ceiling. The legs are straight, the toes are pointed, heels are together, toes apart. So you should feel that stretch to the back of the legs. You should feel the low belly pulled in. Low spine is pressed into the mat. If you already have a little shake in the legs, it's because you have that good abdominal connection. So breathe through that shake. We want the shake. From here, straight legs are gonna lower down. Keep your spine pressed down into the mat. From here to lift, you're gonna do tiny little flutters. So flutter, 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 flutter. Glue the heels together, lower down, scoop from the low belly, flutter, 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 flutter. If straight legs is too much, I want you to come back to your single leg stretch. Just keep the head, neck, and shoulders lifted. You're still gonna find those low abs. But keep, if you can, heels together, toes apart, lower down, and flutter, 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 flutter to lift. Take a rest if you need to. For my people who want a little bit more work, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. It's a little bit easier to keep the low back pressed down into the mat, but find what works for you and stick with me if you can. We've got 4 more. Straight legs lower, and flutter, 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 flutter. Use your breath. For 3, exhale, flutter, 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 flutter. For 2, flutter, 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 flutter. You guys got it. Last one. And flutter, 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 flutter to lift. Bend those knees in. Lower everything down. Hands on the knees. Just rock from side to side. Whew. That was good. Now we're gonna move on. So keeping the pace for our transitions today pretty quickly, just to keep that heart rate up. We're gonna move into our bridge work next. So let's plant those feet on the floor. Knees are bent, feet are hip distance apart, arms are long by our sides. We're gonna use this to slow down our heart rate just a little bit. So take this chance to just rest as we work. Take an inhale through your nose. On your exhale, you're gonna scoop the belly in, engage those glutes, slowly roll the spine to lift those hips all the way up, up, up. And inhale, articulate the spine as you roll back down. Beautiful. So if you have any issues in your back, you can always stick to your hinge bridge. But I really want you to take this time to we found the abs, keep finding the abs and use them to help you control the spine, control the back as you lower and lift. So glutes squeeze, hips lift, belly's in, collarbone is wide, squeeze, lift, and roll back down. Awesome. Finding that nice little squeeze in the glutes, pressing into those heels, lighten the toes. If you want a little bit more work, you can lift those toes towards the ceiling. We're gonna do 3 more like this. Exhale to lift, and inhale to lower. 2 more. Finding that nice little tip of the hips. We want bottom rib to hip bone at the top of your bridge. We're gonna lift here and hold. From here, I want you to tuck the tail under, scoop the belly in, tip those hips forward, and then rock the hips and pelvis back to neutral. So we're gonna find that little pelvic tilt at the top of your bridge. So you're lowering your glutes, finding that neutral spine with the hips up, and then squeeze, lift, tip the hips forward. So just a little pelvic tilt here with the hips lifted up. So we should find those glutes, find those hamstrings. Lower, squeeze, lift, tilting that pelvis forward and back, keeping the hips stable though, so we're not rocking from side to side. It's just a tilt forward and back, using the belly to pull in as you tip forward and back for 6, for 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2. On this last one, you're gonna lift and squeeze. From here, you can scooch those heels in towards your seat just slightly if you need to, so your ankles are right underneath the knees. You're gonna lift the heels, lower the heels. Find those calves, right? Lift and lower, lift and lower. For 8, should feel the top of the thighs. Tail still tucked under, bottom ribs pull towards the hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift those heels, lower the heels. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, roll on down. From here, you're just gonna widen your stance, just slightly wider than your hips. Feet are still down, all the way down. Arms are long. We're gonna take an inhale and just roll all the way up here. Get those hips as high as you can. We wanna make sure that the spine is neutral. So if you need to, just lower those hips slightly. Try not to arch into that low back. From here, we're gonna squeeze the inner thighs and knees together, press those inner thighs together. Then open the knees the width of the shoulders. Inner thighs and knees press together, squeeze, open the knees the width of the shoulders. Keep those hips lifted and level, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Awesome, so belly stays pulled in, palms are pressed down into the mat. I know it's burning. Try to keep the work in the inner thighs and the glutes. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Open the knees the width of the shoulders. Lower your hips an inch. Squeeze, lift, lower, squeeze, lift. Tiny little pulses here just with those hips up and down. So I want you to work more on the lift than the lower. So it's a lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze, lift, squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lift, hold, inhale, and exhale. Roll all the way down. Awesome. Pull your knees into your chest. Just rock from side to side here. Placing the legs long now on your mat. We're rolling up to come up for our opposite side planks. So arms are gonna go long over your head. Take an inhale through your nose. I want you to point those toes, keep the legs active. On your exhale, you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, pull your belly in, try to keep those legs all the way down as you lift up to roll all the way up. And then just rounding on over, you can reach to touch those toes. Stretch through the back of the legs here for just a quick second. Perfect. Then coming to our right side for our side planks. We're gonna be down on that forearm. Again, feet can be stacked, they can be staggered, or you can be on your knees. Whatever works for you. From here, we're first gonna lift up into that side plank. So we want that shoulder right over the elbow. Hips are lifted. I want you to feel that length in the side body here. Then adding on our thread the needle. You're gonna wrap that left arm underneath, scoop those obliques, try to lift up a little, but keep those hips square, and then open back up. Perfect, we're here for 9, 8. Good job, guys. For 7, trying to cinch that waist in. For 6, 5 more. For 4, 3, keep those hips pointing forward. For 2, last one, open that left arm up to the ceiling. From here, tiny little pulses with those hips, up and down an inch. For 10, 9, 8, you got it. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those hips down. Good job. From here, we're rotating back to our kneeling position. We're on those forearms. We're staying on that right side. So your knees are right together in the middle of your elbows. We're swiveling those feet off the edge of the mat so the knees are stacked. You might have to scooch those knees back a little further to let those hips lower down slightly. From here, you should already feel that little twist in the waist, cinch in the obliques. You're gonna pull the obliques up and in as you tuck the tail, pull the bottom rib towards the hip. So lift 2 inches, lower 2 inches, pull in, scoop up, good, tuck and lower, scoop and lower. Just staying here, we're pressing into that floor, lifting those hips to the ceiling as you scoop under to find those obliques. Keep those ribs closed. For 8, 7, 6, 5, don't mind Dayla, she's chasing lizards. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on this last one, we're gonna scoop and hold. Then we have those little tiny pulses here. For 10, 9, 8, really try to cinch the waist in. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Find that connection. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Then from here, let's just get a quick stretch. So knees are wide, toes together, arms are long, lower down. Big breath. Catch your breath. Let your heart rate relax. From here, towel down if you need to. Get a sip of water if you need to. We are coming up to a standing position next to get into some lower body. A little upper body too, but lower body. So standing on your mat, we're gonna widen our stance. So your feet are externally rotated. Your knees are externally rotated. You want them slightly wider than the shoulders. You find just a second, you can sit down, find your nice plie squat. So we want those knees right over the ankles, and we want to keep a long, tall spine, so shoulders are stacked over the hips. So take a second, find where your good foot placement is. From here, we're just gonna lower down. Your arms are gonna come over your head, fingertips together, elbows are soft. As you stand up, you're gonna pull those elbows in towards your rib cage, squeeze your shoulder blades together, keep your rib cage closed. So it's an inhale to lower, exhale, squeeze, lift. Inhale to lower, and exhale, squeeze, lift. So we don't have any weight in our hands, which is fine, because you can find that muscle connection without it. So it's a lower down hold, squeeze, lift, hold. Keep those rib cage closed. Front ribs knitted together. So as you come up, I want you to think about those front ribs pulling together a little deeper. Tuck the tail under, keep the belly tight. We're gonna stay here just like this. For 5, for 4, remember finding those nice little muscle squeezes. For 3, you got it. For 2, try not to hinge forward as you lower down. So knees are out, toes are out. For 3, 2, good job. On this last one, we're gonna lower down and hold. So find your nice little squat here. We're gonna hang here for a second. You're gonna open those arms, close the arms, open and close. Squeeze those elbows down and back. Keep the rib cage closed. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, abs are working. We should feel the tops of the thighs, inner thighs, glutes. For 3, 2, last one, Squeeze in. Then from here, you're gonna open your arms out to the sides. Still soft bend in the elbows. So from the upper pecs, from the chest, we're gonna squeeze those fingertips in together. If you need to reset those legs, go ahead and do so, but try to stay low if you can. Perfect. Squeezing, so closing that rib cage as the fingertips come together. Perfect. For 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, find that little squeeze, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna alternate. So it's an open, lift, open, close. Open, lift, open, close. So try to keep the upper body still. Try to keep low in that squat. I know the thighs are burning. Get to that shake if you can. For 5, for 1 more. For 3, keep the rib cage in, keep the belly in. For 2, last one, all the way up, all the way down. From here, those arms are gonna come together in front of you. You're gonna do tiny little pulses with those arms. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So stay low here if you can. If you need to, you can always keep those feet down. I'm gonna challenge you to lift your right heel, lift your left, holding here, find your balance, tiny little pulses with those arms. For 10, 9, 8, my legs are shaking. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you're gonna open your arms out to the sides, pinkies up, find your balance, tiny little circles back. Keep the ribs closed, belly pulled in, keep those heels high, breathe through the shake. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Steady the arms, reverse the circles. Woo! How are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower the heels down. Whew. Don't rise up if you can't, if you don't have to just yet. Stay low, keep those thighs burning. Elbows are gonna be into your sides. Reach those arms up and out for serpent platter. Bend them in and lift them up. My heart rate is up. My inner thighs are burning. My glutes are burning. I hope yours are too. I'm doing it with you. I know how it feels. You're strong. Keep it going. Keep the shoulders down. For 5, and then we have 2 more pulses. For 4, and then we're gonna lay back down. For 3, for 2. On this last one, you're gonna lift those arms up and out. Squeeze those biceps. Find the shoulders, find the lats. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. From here, you're just tiny bend, press, tiny bend, press. Squeeze those biceps, squeeze those shoulders as you press. For 8, you know I'm gonna pulse those legs next. For 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, last one. Bring those hands to your hips or to prayer. Tiny little pulses here, just up and down. We're almost there. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Good job. Shake it out. Ow, ow, ow. My legs are burning. Okay, good job, guys. We're done with our standing legs. We're gonna come down to our mat again, rolling down to come down. Just stand at the back edge of your mat. Soft bend in the knees. Arms by your sides. Take a big inhale. Reach up tall. Look up and back here for a little back extension if it feels good for you. On your exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Pull your belly in and slowly roll down. Bringing those fingertips to the floor, walking out. We're just going to come to our high plank here. Holding here. You can come down to your forearms if you need to. I want your feet flexed. I want your glutes squeezed. I want your belly tucked under, so scoop those abs up and in. We're pressing the floor away. I want you to find a little nice roundness in the upper back, and then try to relax here just a little bit through that upper back. Awesome. Belly's pulled in. We have 15 more seconds. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Scooping those abs in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Lower those knees down. I'm in a full-on sweat, so I hope you guys are too. From here, we're gonna come to a forearm position for our side lying leg work today. If this is too much for you, you can always come down, lean on your hand, lay all the way down on your arm, but I'm gonna challenge you to try to be up on your forearm today. So when you're up on your forearm, your palm is down to the mat or you're in a fist. I don't want your hand out like this. I want it right in line with that wrist, with the shoulder. You're actively pulling your side body up and away from the mat. So think about length through the side of the body. So a long line from shoulder to that hip. From here, your legs are stacked, shins are in line with the front of your mat, your booty's on the back edge of your mat, and your back's aligned with that back edge. From here, just lift your top leg up, the knee's bent at 90, the foot is flexed. Just gonna hold here, find your alignment. I want you to press up and out of that shoulder, so keep the weight out of the shoulder. From here, you're just gonna press out 2 inches, pull in 2 inches, press out 2 inches, pull in 2 inches. So here, we're taking this little bit of time to find that connection. So find that booty. As you press, it's a squeeze. As you pull, it's a scoop in the low belly. Good job. Breathing here. Little press, little squeeze for 10, 9, 8. Try not to, oftentimes we want to get lazy and just let that side relax, but really be mindful of it and try to keep it lifted. Keep that weight out of the shoulder. For 4, 3, 2. On this last one, you're going to press that leg all the way long. So your ankle is lifted just slightly higher than the hip. I want it a little bit higher so we keep this work out of the hip flexor and in the booty. From here, the foot's flexed. You're going to sweep it forward. I want you to try to bring your knees in line. So you're mirroring that bottom knee and then squeeze it back. So sweep it forward, slow and controlled here, and squeeze it back. And our upper body isn't moving. So we're not going forward, we're not going back as the leg moves. It's complete control here. Pressing up and out of that shoulder, sweeping forward and squeezing back. And if you're like, Becca, it's too much to be up on that forearm, you can always lower down. I might need to eventually too. So we will see. And each side is always a little bit different. So just listen to your body. I want you to focus more on that control and stability than trying to push through something that's just going to be painful for you. Obviously, we want a good burn, but we don't want anything to be painful. From here, we're going to go for 5 more seconds, slow and controlled, squeezing from that glute. Belly is in, tummy is tight. 3 more seconds. Whew. 2, the toe is slightly towards the ceiling. Then you're going to bring that leg halfway forward. Toe is slightly up, heel is slightly down. From here, you're just going to draw tiny little baby circles. Woo! Good job. Pulling those obliques up and away. Ow, ow, ow. Breathe through that burn. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Steady the leg. Reverse that circle. Try to breathe through it. Close your eyes if you need to. Keep that leg long. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Steady the leg. We're going to sweep it back. You're going to pull that knee in. Just take a little rest here if you need to. Find your alignment. From here, you're going to stretch that leg all the way long and sweep it back. Pull the knee in, stretch it forward, and sweep it back. So just like we're doing, like riding a bicycle with one leg, pull it in, stretch it out, and sweep it back. Try to keep that ankle lifted higher than the hip. So we're keeping that work out of the hip flexor. Good job. 10 more seconds here, guys. Finding that glute. Whew. For 5. I know it burns. For 3. 2 more. Last one, sweeping it all the way back, pulling it in. Take a quick little second here. I need all the energy I can get, so I'm going to lower down to my head and support my head with my hand. And we are going with reverse now. So lift that leg back up. Keep that little space between your side and the mat. We're going to press the leg long. Sweep it forward and bend it in. Press it out. Sweep it forward and bend it in. So the truth is, we're just about more than halfway done on this side of the leg. The other truth is my booty is really burning, so I know how this feels, and we're on the home stretch. Just try to keep that belly tight. Try to think about something other than the work in the leg right now. Good job. For 5 more seconds. for 3, for 2. Try to keep those hips stacked. Last one, then pulling that knee all the way in. You're gonna bend your knees a little further, bring the heels together, toes apart. We're gonna lift those feet up off the ground, so glue the heels together. We're going into our clams. But adding on something a little different today. We're gonna open the knees, keep the foot flexed, keep the hips stacked, kick that leg out towards the ceiling. Whew. Bend it in and close it down. Open, kick, bend, close. Keep going with this. I know, I want you to think about, so as the knees open, we're wrapping the glute around that hip. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, but it's just amazing to me how just your body and just moving your legs without any weight, without anything extra, it can do so much and it can be so difficult. It's just amazing to me. Oftentimes we get very distracted by props and things, which, don't get me wrong, I love them all. They are wonderful in their own special ways, but it's just crazy how much your body can do on its own. So on this next one, we're gonna open and hold. Now kicking that leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, bend it in. Glue those heels together, tiny pulses here, out, out, out. Keep those heels lifted, keep those feet lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Lower it down and pound it out. It's amazing to me how many times I can do side lying leg work and it always burns. So we're done with the left side. Good news, we're going to that right side. So just sit on up, swivel over, challenge yourself to start up on that forearm again if you can. If you know you're already tired and you want to make sure to keep that perfect alignment, lower down. From here, we're going to start with those knees bent, hips at 90, knees at 90. We're pressing up and out of that shoulder. Hand can go on your hip or can be in front of you, wherever it's comfortable. We're going to lift that top leg up first. Just find that glute, just find that little connection. We're going to press out 2 inches. Pull in 2 inches, press out and pull in. Whew. Finding your breath, forgetting about that left side, right? I know you guys probably think I'm crazy. I probably am a little bit because this is a tough one. I'm feeling it, but I hope you guys are enjoying it, getting a good sweat, and once you're done, you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. We get to start going to the beaches on Monday. It's beautiful weather, so all good things happening. From here, on this next one, you're gonna press that leg all the way long. So find your alignment here, ankles lifted higher than the hip, foot is flexed, those toes are just slightly towards the ceiling. From here, you're gonna sweep that leg forward, bring those knees in line if you can, and squeeze it back. Sweep it forward, and squeeze it back. Oh my goodness, I'm already shaking on this side. We want that nice Pilates shake. It means we're finding those connections, so it's a good thing. Whew. My right side is usually a little stronger than my left, but today, not so much. We're gonna stay here for 10 more seconds, guys, and then we have those little circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Then you're gonna sweep that leg halfway forward, toes up, heels down, tiny little circles here. Oh my goodness. Keep that toe up, keep that ankle lifted if you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, steady the leg, reverse those circles, opposite direction. Take a rest, reset if you need to. I don't care if you take a break, I care that you come back. So 5 more here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in, take a quick little rest here. I'm gonna go ahead and come down to my side again just because I feel my body wanting to relax and I wanna keep it going in the right alignment. So from here, we're getting into those bicycles. So start by stretching that top leg long, sweeping it forward, and bending that knee back in so the legs are mirrored. Press out, sweep it forward, and bend it in. Press it out, sweep it forward, and bend it in. Good job. Breathing through it. We're almost done on this side. Just a little bit more. We got to reverse, and then we have those clams. We're gonna go 10 more seconds in this direction. So just making sure we're keeping that belly tight for 5, 4, 3, making sure that movement's coming from the seat, not just from the foot. From here, bend that knee in, we're gonna reverse. So stretch that leg long. Oh, sweep it back. I found that glute, bend it in, keep that foot flexed, open it forward, and sweep it back. Awesome. Again, always take that rest if you need to. We're getting those muscles fatigued, finding that change in the body. Good job. We've got 10 more seconds this direction. Squeeze your butt, keep it out of that hip flexor. Use that breath, enjoy the burn. It's so nice. For 3, 2, last one, bend that knee in, glue those heels together, toes apart, lift those heels up. We're gonna open the knees, stretch that leg long, bend it in, and close it down. Open, kick, bend, close. Wrap that glute around that hip, flex the foot, kick it to the ceiling. Good. For 6. And we have those little kicks, little pulses, and we are done. For 4. For 3. 2 more. Last one, we're gonna open up, hold tiny kicks, or big kicks actually. Whew. For 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4. Stick with me guys, for 3, 2, last one, bend it in, glue those heels together, keep the hips stacked, pulse, 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 pulse. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Try to keep those feet still. For 5, 4, it's super hard, I know. For 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Massage it out. We're done with that lower body. I'm gonna have you just go ahead and roll onto your back here and get a nice little stretch. So laying down, lengthen your legs long. We're gonna start on that left side first. So just pull that left knee in towards your chest. Reach that right leg in opposition. Take a big inhale here. Big exhale. You can pull that knee out to the side, leg out to the side for a nice little stretch through the hip flexor, through the glute, and just breathe. Forget about all that, we're done. We did it, it's over. And then lengthen that left leg out. Pull that right knee in, and pull it out to the side. Perfect. And then lengthening that right leg, pressing yourself up to a seated position, and get another little stretch here. So sitting up tall, you're gonna cross your left foot over your right leg, rotating to the left side of the body. You're pulling that left knee in towards your chest. I want you to bring your left hand behind you, pressing into the floor. We're lengthening the spine up as we twist, pulling that knee in, getting that stretch through the glute, through the hip, and then length and rotation in the spine. Big inhale, big exhale. Oh my goodness. You guys worked so hard today. Uncrossing that leg, right knee, right leg crosses over the left, pulling that right knee in, right hand goes behind you, pressing into the floor, lengthen the spine as you lift and rotate, looking over that right shoulder. Stretching that right glute. Big inhale, big exhale. Let it release, let it relax. Awesome. Then from here, we're just gonna come to a seated position. I'm gonna have you bring the bottoms of your feet together into our little butterfly stretch here. So from here with the bottoms of the feet together, I just want you to butterfly those knees a little bit. Think about the long, tall spine. So reach through the crown of the head, belly is in, just tiny little flutters with those legs, loosening everything up. Perfect. Then taking those forearms, rounding, tucking the chin to the chest. I want you to press the forearms into those calves as you try to open the knees out a little further. And just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Sitting back up tall, releasing those knees. Let's open the right leg out to the side. Left leg's gonna stay bent in. We're gonna reach over to that right foot, keep the foot flexed, and just stretch here. Reaching that left arm up and over, stretch to the side body, stretch through the right leg. Whew, big inhales, big exhales. Thinking about that left arm reaching out instead of just caving over, reaching up and over. And then sitting back up tall, bending that right leg in, reaching the left leg long, same thing, reaching towards that left foot, foot is flexed, reaching the right arm up and over. Big inhale, big exhale. One more deep breath here. Really getting that stretch through the side body. And then coming back up to a seated position, we are all done for today. So awesome work today. I hope you guys feel stronger than you did last week. I hope you feel stronger than you did before we started. And it's so wonderful that we are able to do this for everyone that's able to join and come back and watch. So thank you guys so much for spending part of your day with me, and have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much.